All right, what up, Vibes? Y'all know what it is. Y'all mean it's your host Mark. Y'all mean for my lovely co-host with me, Nick J. Nick, how was going out there?
It is hot. And
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
mind the heat, but and like every time, but I forgot how tiring it can be, out in it. But I like this weather and I don't want to complain about it because I hate winter.
Yeah, uh, I'm with you there. I think y'all mean through the heat you can still move. I'm like when it's like with bitterly cold outside,
Yeah.
plus the elements. I'm like you don't even want to be out in. Like you just like you know what that can wait. We gonna wait for another day to do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's an absolute emergency. But one thing you know what I'm saying I want to bring up
We're
before
definitely
we start the show. And Nick, we were just talking about this Sesame Place. Yeah, I mean a place where most people take their kids is maybe about 40. Was it about 45 minutes from Philly? Yeah, I mean
hmm
in Langhorne. So but people come kind of all across. You know what I'm saying? The country actually go to Sesame Place, right?
Yeah.
Now, here's the problem. You know what I'm
What
saying?
you say?
Now, Sesame Place is trending right now because the workers dressed in the costumes, they being a little bit racist and a little bit bigoted. You know what I'm saying? By not shaking black children's hands and high fiving them and taking pictures with
No.
them and anything like that. And there's scores of examples coming up on, you know what I mean, for your Instagram, right? So I'm like, man, Nick just told me, man, they posted on the Shade Room. Shade Room, one of the biggest pages on Instagram, period. And they posted it all over social media. Um, Another friend brought it to my attention. I think I want to say, Nick, you might have heard this story. It's like maybe over a year ago, where the Sesame Place worker got attacked by a black couple from New York. And he
Stop.
got beat up and put in hospital. You know, I'm wondering, is any of this connected, in the sense of, you know what, what I'm saying, we gonna take it out on all these black folks, you know what I'm saying,
Wow.
because of that incident. I mean, it seems to be an isolated incident, but you just never know. But I'm gonna say like this: if they acting like that, guess what? I'm gonna tell our viewers tonight: find somewhere else to take your kids. Your kids do not need to go to Sesame Place in Langhorne, right? And guess what? It ain't nothing else up there. you know, I'm trying to tell you, I didn't been up there. You know what I'm saying? Dropping clients off at a hotel up there, right? There's two hotels. It's this little rinky-dink mall in Sesame Place, and some gas stations, and like a restaurant. I think it's like a Outback Steakhouse or something. That's all that's there.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't much there, you know what I'm saying? So everybody knows you're going for the part. But I'm like, if they're going to treat people like this, why would you want to go? And it don't matter what color you are. Why would you even want to see somebody else, especially, children, go through anything like
Yeah.
that? It's unacceptable. It's out of line. I would say Sesame Place, clean up your act. Or, what I mean, guess what? Them numbers going to dwindle and there ain't nothing to do in Langhorne, so it ain't no destination place. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's other places to go. You could just keep right up on the road over in New Jersey and go to Great Adventure. It's all that.
Yeah, then there's Six Flags, Dutch Wonderland, Hershey Park,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Trust me,
Knoebels.
y'all mean shoot. Y'all ain't the only game in town. So I would say like this, clean it up because y'all gotta put, public relations nightmare on your hands. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
just say like this, clean that up. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But let's get into the show. We gotta see, what our first topic is. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get right to that. See what's going on. I think we start in the world of sports before we get to the Mark 5 and all that stuff. But Nick, you know what I'm saying? What we got going on? First topic. What we got happening?
So, you talking about the first subject?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. What we got happening?
Uh,
I don't even got my outline in front of me.
Brett,
I don't know if no banners is up,
Brett
but we just gonna
Favre.
talk our talk.
Brett Favre.
Brett
That
Favre.
case is still going on.
Okay. Now, here's a very interesting thing. Brett Favre, right? Okay, you know what I'm saying now. All right, Nick, can you read that caption for us, please?
It says that the Mississippi Department of Human Services on Monday sued retired NFL quarterback Brett Favre, along with several other people and businesses, to try to recover millions of misspent welfare dollars that were intended to help some of the poorest people in the U.S.
Now, you know what was funny to me when we first heard this story? We heard it about a year ago, right? And now all the details are coming about how the money was allocated, why it was allocated. We're going to get to that in 1 second. Now, it's funny that, you know, when everybody was getting them PPP loans and STEMI season was happening and all of that stuff, right? You know, now them people was getting them PPP loans for $1 million. And guess what? They was getting 10 years in jail, 12 years in jail, 15 years in jail, right? Because they were fraud. They said they were fraudulently getting this money for businesses that, you know, weren't, for up to date, or, you know, businesses that weren't really existent, all kind of stuff, right? Okay, if that's a crime, you know what I'm saying? They saying like, yo, you know, we gotta put him in jail for that. Okay, cool. But how come ain't nobody putting Brett Favre in jail? He's actually doing the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? So you can put the guy from Love and Hip Hop in jail, but Brett Favre free and clear. Oh, Brett, just pay us back. You know, when you can do it. Now, how come them other people? You know what I mean? For like, you know what I mean? Ray and them down the street from you. You know what I mean? My mama cousin and them. How come? You know what I'm saying? They ain't get. You know, they got locked up. I know a couple people got locked up on the PPP. You know what I'm saying? You know. And I'm like, and guess what? They took less than $1 million. You know, but Brett Favre, he just running around. Oh, it's cool. Now, the reason why Brett Favre,
they even had that website where you could like report people.
Yeah. Now, you know what I mean? The reason why Brett Favre is in this mess, right, is because he made a deal with the ex-governor, right? Talking about like, yo, if you do some speaking engagements for me, I'm gonna give you this welfare money that's really intended for people who don't have no money, who don't have anything. We're going to give you $1 million of that if you could do a favor for me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much more to say, you know, that I can say about. But Nick, I want to get your thoughts on that. Brett Favre, you know, what do we have there?
Mississippi, I sure they probably locked up a whole lot of black folks about, you know, over this thing. But, you know, Brett Favre, Mississippi, every time I hear Mississippi, I just shudder.
It a cringeworthy.
Yeah. I don't know how it is for people, you know, down south, but up here, you know, we was always taught that Mississippi is like the most racist place in this country. Like I've never heard nobody say, oh, but so-and-so in Mississippi is nice. Always just heard that the whole state is racist.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
Out the bushes.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I still think they do them sundown towns in there. You know what I mean? If you don't know what that is, that means black folks can't be out after, you know what I mean, for street lights come on. Basically, you know what I'm saying? They and we ain't talking 1968, 1975. We talking 2022. Like in some of these places, these little rinky-dink towns, that still happens. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say about that. Nick, what else we got going on? I know we got a story where some athletes got paid and some athletes ain't accept the payment.
Paid.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Where we could start with this guy. This is DeAndre Ayton from the Phoenix Suns, right? Now, the Phoenix Suns didn't want to pay him. That's the funny part. They didn't want to pay him at all. You know what I'm saying? Because the Phoenix Suns, you know, are just like, look, we done already gave Devin Booker, you know what I mean, for real max contract, about $223 million. We done already paid Mikal Bridges, shout out Philly all day. You know what I'm saying? We done gave him his 80-90 million, and then Chris Paul, CP3, then got his 99 million. So they said, we ain't paying nobody else. We just ain't going to do it, right? But Ayton, you
Until
know what I'm saying, is first thing, you know what I mean, he's 7 feet and he's young and he's good at basketball. Guess what? That warrants you paying him exactly what he's supposed to be paid. So the Pacers signed him to an offer sheet, and then the Suns matched the offer sheet, so now they gotta pay. So now you know you're way over the salary cap, so you can't sign anybody else because all your money's tied up really in basically 4 players. I'm happy that he got his money, you know what I'm saying? But I hope that he gets to another team. I think the Suns will try to move him to another team. What team, I don't know, because they want to get something for him. They didn't want him to walk for nothing. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Why play around with that man and that man's financial future? He trying to set up stuff for his family. If you're not going to pay him, you know what I mean, then trade him. You had ample opportunity to do that, and now you got to do it now. Yeah, but don't 100%. Just hold him hostage, because I'm like, listen, you know, his coach benched him numerous times, you know what I'm saying? So obviously the management don't like him. The coach ain't really fond of him. Why don't you just let the young man is, 22? I'm just like, let the young man go play somewhere else if you don't want him. That's all I'm saying. You don't want him, let him go somewhere else. You know? So, you know what I'm saying? It definitely is. You know what I mean? It's definitely trash. It's trash on their part. Trash on their part. That's one thing I'm saying. But I'm glad that the young man got his money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. Now, we got to go to these. Oh, we talking about LeBron. LeBron, Drew League, right? Let me tell you, this is great for the culture, right? Because a lot of kids, I mean, the Drew League is one of these kind of city leagues in the hood, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, a lot of these kids don't get to go to no NBA game. NBA games cost a lot of money to go to. You know what I mean? Because they ain't just the ticket, it's the parking. You know what I mean? You might want something to eat, you might want a T-shirt, you might want this and that. It's an experience. And it's an experience, I mean, even for a person who can afford to go, right? You're going to spend, like, you know, for the experience, you're going to spend a few $100s. I'm just saying, for the average person who works, a few $100s, you're going to see that.
That's a lot.
You're going to feel that. You're going to feel that a little bit. Like, what? I spent $500? Yeah, you spent $500. You know what I mean? You're going to feel that a little bit, right? The Drew League, you know what I'm saying? You can just come in there, probably like $10, $20 at most, right? And you get to see LeBron up close in the hood. I was like, that's just great for the culture, right? Also for them guys, you know, who not in the NBA, right? They just, you know, street ballers. They get to play against them, right? They can tell their kids that. Maybe some of their kids was probably there. And I went head up with the best in the game. It's a lifetime story that you could tell to your kids that I played one of the best to ever play.
Yeah.
That means a lot for the culture. I don't care what you think about LeBron. Anytime these guys show up to these type of leagues, the Drew League, you know what I mean, Rucker Park in New York, you know what I'm saying? I know in Philly we were 16th in Susquehanna, you know what I'm saying? You know, the parks in Chicago and things like that. These leagues mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's great for the culture. Kudos to LeBron and kudos to the Drew League. Nick, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I think that's dope. That is super dope. Man, I'm just like thinking if I had the opportunity to see like AI or you know, people that I admire, man, like back in the day, I actually did like the Phoenix Suns. So like if I would have been able to see like Barkley or you know, Kevin Johnson or whatever, that would have been like so dope to me. So
I mean, man, and you know, right there. Like, I grew up around the corner from here. He's playing. Like, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying? That I just think it's a great experience. I'm glad that, you know, they were able to do that, because not too many times you could say one of the best to ever play showed up and played in the league we was in. You know what I mean? Oh, and shout out to you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, for the Rumph League. You know what I mean, for Daniel Rumph. You know what I mean, rest in peace. but the Rumph League up in West Oak Lane, Germantown area. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they bring pros through in Philly. I know James Harden played in that a couple years ago or whatever, you know, right before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? They bring some pros out, Jason Tatum and a few of those guys. So, you know what I'm saying? It's good to be able to, for the kid. I think it's really great for the kids, you know what I mean, to be able to kind of see stuff like that, man. So continue, you know what I mean, for doing that. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're going to move on.
Movie.
Yeah.
What was the movie that they did here in Philly?
Oh, Hustle with Adam Sandler.
So like he wasn't famous yet, but like, you know, when they was like, you know, having that competition, whoever can, you know, beat him or whatever.
Right.
It just remind me of that.
Right. Yeah. Man, I'm thinking is one more story I wanted to get in there.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, Now this is the crazy joint. This is the Chiefs. To the right is the Chiefs' Orlando Brown, left tackle, right? And to the left is the Nationals outfielder Juan Soto, right? Now these two gentlemen turned down money because, you know what I'm saying, you know, I'm like, man, you know, Orlando Brown, we're going to go over his situation first. You know what I'm saying? He felt he wasn't getting what he was worth. Now, here's what he turned down. He turned down 6 years, $140 million. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money, you know what I mean, for the turn down, right? But he felt like he wasn't getting his worth or whatever, right? Now, Juan Soto to the right, Washington Nationals. Y'all gonna be like, man, I can't believe he did that. This man turned down a 15-year contract for $440 million, almost $500 million. I'm like, if you turning down that type of money, that means you really feel some type of way about the franchise. Like, you know, I got to get away from this team. Yeah, that's all it tell me right there. That's all that tell me right there. You know, like, man, they offer you that type of money. You know what I mean, you saying no. And I'm not saying that you should accept, you know, whatever offer. I mean, we all seen Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle then turned down 50 million, 100 million. So we already seen what it's like. But what I'm saying is, I'm like, if you're turning down that type of money, and it got to be something wrong with the organization. That's all I can say. It got to be. You know, like, I don't like it here. I don't like the culture. I don't care how much they pay me. I'm not gonna play here too much longer. That's wild, but I'm like, man, for the young man to take that type of stance, hey man, I just like listen, like, hopefully, I'm like, man, you got your ducks in a row, you know what I'm saying, and let this man stay injury free, so he can get his money. I just want to see him get to the bag, you know what I mean, like anybody else.
I agree. And it's important to know your worth.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
absolutely.
you out there risking your life, risking your body. It's important.
Absolutely. I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? Now, all right, so we got to get in the city business. That's all I'm going to say. This is, you know what I mean, for real. City boys, city girls, time to shine. You know what I'm saying? But we call this city business, and right now we are in the third season of the year. That is the city summer. So we're going to follow up. We're going to follow with some city business right here. What are we starting off with the city business?
Lord, we're going to start off with one of your emerging faves.
Okay. Let's see who this is. Tristan Thompson. Oh, man, this guy has made the city boy Mount Rushmore. Yummy. Shout out to Stacks and Becca. Yummy. We had a lot of fun doing that show on Wednesday. But, you know what I'm saying now? So he's having the second baby, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, let me read this. Khloe Kardashian is having another baby with the same man with whom she broke up. You know what I mean? Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson, you know what I'm saying, actually, you know, left her alone. You know what I'm saying? Got another chick pregnant, you know what I mean, for a while dealing with her. And now she having a second baby with him. I'm like, if that ain't city boy material, I don't really know what is personally. You know what I'm saying? But we have another picture of Mr. Thompson. You know what I'm saying? If we can show that. You know, look, what is old Tristan up to? You know what I'm saying? Wow, Chloe is having the baby. You know what I mean? It's something else going on. Can we pull that up real quick? You know what I'm saying? Tristan Thompson. Chloe's due any minute. Tristan Thompson out in Greece partying. Like, look, yo, you about to have a baby. Yeah. And that's why I'm out in Greece celebrating with other women. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my chick, but she is my chick. You know, I'm like, man, this man Tristan Thompson, he's a wild dude, man. Seriously. But Chloe love him though. See, that's the thing. You know what I mean? When you got love for somebody, you gonna tolerate all of that. You gonna put up with it until she ain't ready to put up with it no more. But she putting up with it. Nick J, your thoughts on Mr. Thompson? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on? Your thoughts on Mr. Thompson? What's happening?
He wants to be young and free. You know, I dig it.
Right.
But man, like protection. All right. So the second baby is by a surrogate. So, yep. But I mean, like, don't you want to like protect your child's mother? Like, damn, you just want to have her. And I mean, and the Kardashians are like every move they make is watched heavily. You know, which means that every move that their partner makes is watched heavily.
Absolutely.
But man, he's really put her through a lot. Remember how far ago the Jordan?
Was that Jordan Woods?
Yeah.
Jordan Woods. She's with Karl Anthony Towns from the Timberwolves. She's with him now. You know what I'm saying? But we remember Yeah. And they were like best friends or something like that. They were friends. Jordan Woods and Khloe Kardashian or something.
The other
are friends with the other sister?
Yeah.
Okay, Courtney. I'm guessing.
No. The Jenners, one of them Jenners.
Oh, Kylie. Right, Kylie. Okay, Kylie. There you go. Okay. Yep. It's crazy, man. But you know, I'm gonna say like this: when you into somebody, sometimes this comes with the territory. I'm like, man, everybody and their mama that messed with somebody who wasn't shit. You know what I mean? Before. Shout out to the people, you know what I'm saying, for real, like, you know, who actually been good people in relationships all throughout their life. I've played both sides of the coin. I've been an ain't shit bull before, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, City Boys was definitely up, but, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, man, you know, you get a moment of clarity. You know what I mean? Like an alcoholic, for me, moment of clarity. You know what I mean? My moment of clarity, you know, when all the kids were being born in the family all in a row and, you know what I'm saying? You know, you see your nieces and you just like, I don't really want to do that no more. But you know what, though? I still salute the boys who doing it, though. Sorry, you know what I mean? Now, that part ain't going to come out. Just because I ain't active in the game don't mean I ain't going to, you know, congratulate some city boy material. I'm just going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, though, so let's move to our next city business topic. You know what I'm saying? Who we got on here?
Who is the city business topic?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Mr. Cannon. I think it's Mr. Cannon. I think it's Nick Cannon. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Nick Cannon, can you read that for us, Nick? You know what I mean?
So
not to include Nick Cannon. We ain't gonna do that.
Page,
okay.
And it says it's a picture of him and a woman, and then it's in the first picture, then the second picture, it's a picture of him, you know, with what appears to be an engagement ring.
Yeah,
right. And then the caption says, "I said I would never do it again, but finally doing what the world wants me to."
Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the thing: people are saying, "Oh yeah, well Nick's filming a video." I'm like, well, when the last time he made music? I'm like, time he made
an album coming out.
He has an album coming out.
Oh yeah.
Wow. But he hasn't been good at music. You know what I mean? For like forever. Like, And is it his time to shine with the music? Like the trends are turning, so it's just like, all right, let me try my hand at this rap thing again. Maybe try to hold a melody like Drake. I don't know what type of songs he's doing, but I'm surprised to hear he has an album coming out. I wonder if this is a video real thing. We don't know, but I'm just like, man. Now is this? I wonder, this young lady he's proposing to, is this one of the baby mamas, or is this somebody who ain't a baby mama yet and about to be a baby mama? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Nick got about, like, I don't know, 8, 10 kids. I don't know. I can't really keep up with how many he got right now.
Back to back to back. And then he said the other day that he probably will be having 2 more this year.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. This man gonna have more babies than he has cars. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, yeah, I got about 15 babies, but I got about 12 cars. Like, like, man, that's wild to me. But he keeps spinning the narrative like, yo, look, I got this lupus thing happening. I don't know how long I'm gonna be around. But every time, he's like the hardest working man in show business outside of Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, you got to be kicking this lupus in the ass because you're on the TV screen 7 days a week. I'm like, you must have the best. I'm like, man, you must have some phenomenal doctors if you don't got no off days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like, man, and here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? My mama watch all them game shows and all that, all them music shows and all that stuff that come on. He on there. You know what I'm saying? So my mama don't got no problem with him. You know what I mean? She a Nick Cannon fan. Masked Singer, all of that. Anytime I go to mama house, you know what I mean? For real, Masked Singer on. Oh, we got to see who's next. We got to see who they going to take the costume off. All right, Mom, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But Nick Cannon usually hosting or doing something. Huh?
It is an entertaining show.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is, and they get some people on there, but Nick, he does a lot. And while now, I watch that. I can't never catch it when it's on, but I watch all the replays. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just pull up the Fire Stick and watch the replays because I'm like, me and my nephews be cracking up at that thing. So I like Nick Cannon, man, keep doing your thing. I'm just, hey, if they with it, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got the money, to take care of everybody because you got about like 15 jobs. So I'm like, shit, you got that many jobs, man. I'm trying to tell you, shoot. I know, like
the most beautiful pregnancy shoots too.
Man, listen, I know this guy. In Philly. He I think he got about 7, 8 kids, right? But the dude really got 7, 8 jobs. So, don't nobody complain about child support, and none of his baby mamas put him on child support. I was like, this man just be working 24 around the clock, but they happy with it. And every time I see one of the baby mamas, I'm like, well, they doing well, and the kids look nice and clean and fresh and all of that. Well, like, he doing his job, and they doing their job, and hey, if they making it work, hey, man, who am I to say anything about it? You know what I'm saying? And, so that's Nick Cannon. We gotta move to our last city business story. What's going on, Nick? What you got for me?
The scoreboard?
No, not yet. J-Lo.
Oh my God.
J-Lo. Mount Rushmore. City girls, Mount Rushmore. We got to get into it. J-Lo. She finally got married, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, J-Lo finally decided to get married, right? That's number one. She was
married to Marc Anthony.
Oh, was she married to him? I thought she was always engaged and then just cut him off. You know what I'm saying? Okay, she was married to Marc Anthony. See, I didn't know that. But I know she was engaged about 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she keeps the ring. You know what I'm saying? And she keeps the ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, J-Lo is, for real, the female, the live and female version of Thanos. She puts up the fist and all the rings, for real, is flashing up and down. I'm like, man, and here's the thing. J-Lo breaks it off with the men. They don't break it off with J-Lo. This is what makes her a city girl legend because she break it off with them. You You know, they wonder, well, J-Lo, what's going on? Like, I mean, what do I do? I mean, I could do something else. No, it's just, it's over. I'm bored. I need to move on to something else. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? You know, that's how J-Lo rolling. You know what I'm saying? But J-Lo spun the block. She went back in time. You know what I mean? For real. Because her and Ben Affleck started out in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
We're 20 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then she finally got married. Nick is saying married for the second time. I'm like, we'll see how long it lasts. I don't know. But I think Ben love him some J-Lo. He been thinking about J-Lo for 20 years. I'm like, man, shoot, sorry to the other women, but probably, you know what I mean, when y'all was doing the do or whatever, he was thinking about J-Lo, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Hey, man, you know what I mean? Shoot, you know, you spin the block and go back to somebody 20 years. I mean, you've been thinking about that ass for 20 years. That's like one of them things, you know what I mean, one of them bros who locked up or something, you know what I mean? For like, yeah, man, I've been thinking about you, you know what I mean, while I was down. That's like one of them things, like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, Nick, what do you think? J-Lo finally gets, you know what I mean, for, you know, gets married for a second time, but hasn't been married for a while. Spun the block, you know what I mean, for her boo from 20 years ago. Just what are your thoughts on that alone?
I guess the relationship, you know, back then was very meaningful. You know, that you know, they wanted to give it a second try.
Sheesh. I'm like, man, I don't know if
the reunion rumors only came out like last year.
Right.
So they kind of didn't waste no time getting married.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I'm thinking like, man, I like whoever I dealt with 20 years ago, probably, yeah. Well, first, if it's me, you know what I mean, that was that I was in city business for real. Like, they probably all hate my guts, so you know what I mean, for real. At that point, like, who? Him? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't know if nobody's spinning the block for me, you know what I mean, for 20 years back. But I like Ben Affleck, man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shout to you, man. I'm like, man, you waited, you held on, and finally got, you know what I mean, the woman that you definitely been thinking about for 20 years. So I'm just like, man, shout to y'all. But I'm like, man, J-Lo got all the rings. And I'm just saying, here's the thing, though. You know, this marriage ain't based on no money or nothing like that, because J-Lo got her own damn money. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't based on nothing like that. You know what I mean? Shit. And at this point, she probably got more than her husband. You know what I'm saying? Hey, just calling it like I see it. But hopefully it lasts.
She's another one that's determined to force her music on us.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But you know what though? When she do them daggone shows, like, you know, them New Year's Eve specials, and they put on all that, and I know they give out big checks for that. They be giving out. I mean, those are 7-figure checks for that period.
I gotta watch that documentary about the halftime show.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, that's what it is. Now, Nick, you got to put this scoreboard up here. I've been tallying up the score for months now. The City Girls are ahead by 11 points. I'm sorry, fellas, but the City Girls are ahead by 11 points. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the City Boys is trying to keep up now. You know what I mean? For a shout to brother Johnny Depp. You know what I mean? Like I said on Wednesday, he beat a chick for $12 million in court. You know what I'm saying? Just because she was talking shit on him, and then hit on her lawyer during the the proceedings. So I'm just like, Johnny Depp, you know what I mean, is trying to keep the City Boys in the game. But I'm just like, Lori Harvey, man. Between Lori Harvey, Jada Pinkett, I'm like, man, they did a number for the City Girls. That is why they have the lead. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, just like I said about Lori Harvey on Wednesday, I'm going to say it again. I'm like, Lori Harvey, you know what I mean, allegedly dumped Michael B. Jordan, and guys was in their feelings.
Yes, they were.
About Lori Harvey dumping Michael B. Jordan. I'm just like, man, it was a sad state of affairs. I was really going on random people's stats, and brothers, please, just let it go. Just take the L. I'm like, we just got to take the L here. There's no reason to explain. You got brothers writing books, paragraphs, and everything. I'm just like, we just have to take the L and move on. these guys really didn't want to move on. I'm just like, man, I'm like, fam, do you want to date Michael B. Jordan? Because that's what it sounds. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound too good. You're making us look bad right here. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to take the L. You know what I mean? Shoot, so fellas, we had to take the L. Jada Pinkett, we all know what happened, you know what I mean, for real, with the Oscars and everything like that. Jada Pinkett gave Will Smith a look, you know what I mean, like most of us, you know what I mean, for real, you know, the mama look. When your mama look at you like you're crazy, you know what I mean, for real, you got to do something. You know what I mean? And Nick, I know you didn't gave this look to your kids plenty of time. Jada gave the same exact look that you gave to your kids and the mamas then gave to their kids around the world. You know what I'm saying? Now, usually it's supposed to be regression. You're supposed to sit still and not do anything. But Jada, when she get a look, that means you're supposed to act up. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know what I mean, for real, I'm like, the City Girls got the lead and they got the two anthems this summer. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Glorilla with that F&F, you know what I'm saying? And Megan Thee Stallion with Plan B. The City Boys have no music out there that's rivaling anything of that magnitude. And they tried. I'm like, Future had a couple things out there. Drake, yeah, he had a couple things out there. You know what I'm saying? But they cannot top that musically. So I'm waiting for the baby. I've been saying this for weeks now. I need the baby to get something together. NBA young boy. We're going to talk about him in a minute, you know what I mean? But he just beat his case in court. You know what I mean? We need him to put something out. Something for the City Boys. Come on now. You know what I mean? For the girls is running y'all right now, fellas. You know what I mean? But we still got City Summer. We got the rest of City Summer, and then we got City Fall to go. Fellas, y'all down by 11. Catch up. You know what I'm saying? Nick, what do you think about the City Girls having a double-digit lead, and we're past halftime? We're in the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? Every time I'm hearing some news, the City Girls is definitely doing some winning. Just what is your whole thoughts about what's going on with this city business right here in the City Summer and got the girls on fire?
You know, I just want to thank God and, you know, all of the women out there doing the hard, you know, labor in the streets, you know, just getting these wins for us. FNF is probably one of my favorite songs this summer.
There you go.
Plan B is
See how it goes, like 1 and 2. You know what I mean? See how, you know what I'm saying? You know, whatever the fellas making ain't even in the mix yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. At the start of the summer, City Girls had that whatchamacallit track, Fabio Foreign.
Yeah, see, they had a joint. You know what I'm saying? Musically, the City Girls
has a song out, so it's
Cardi joint hard. That joint she got hard. You know what I'm saying? Man, shout out to Cardi. What's my other girl? Hood Celebrity. You know what I mean? She got a nice joint out. City Girls is on fire musically. If this was musically, they would call a forfeit. They would just quit, fellas. Seriously, if this was on the music, City Boys would have to quit. I'm not even lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, musically,
that's a shame because
City Girls is on fire. He had a nice project. Future had a nice, but Future I think was more in transition. It wasn't normal City Boy Future. It was more Future just kind of in his thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I like Future got to attack the streets again. Hopefully we can get him something for City Fall to close this lead. But right now, City Girls is definitely up. So there's nothing more to say. You know what I'm saying? We're going to move to the Marc 5. You know what I'm saying? We're going to fire the picture up. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to tell you what we got. You know what I mean? Kodak, and he got booked the other day. Kodak, get out of jail. You know what I mean? Get out of jail, Kodak.
I think he was bonded out.
Oh, he bonded out. Okay.
But the shit is crazy because, like, for 31 pills, they trying to charge him with trafficking.
Yeah, that was nuts. You know what I mean?
31 pills,
yeah, come on.
That's for personal use.
I like, man, 31 pills. You can take all 31 at the same time. Stop. You know what I'm saying? All right, Marc 5. What's the first pick we got up there? Go ahead, fire that up. Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we have Jay-Z up there, we're going to talk about the interview that he did with Kevin Hart on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I know Becca, you know what I mean, and Sean are fired up for that one. But we're going to talk about, and Stacks too, you know what I mean, because you know Stacks is, you know what I mean, for maybe one of the biggest Jay-Z fans I know. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z said he doesn't charge for any features. He doesn't charge artists for any features. Those days are long gone. I mean, he's been a very rich man for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have to charge for no features. And he said he doesn't anyway. You know, but here's the thing though about Jay-Z. Just because he don't charge for features don't mean he gonna do your record either. You know what I'm saying? So Jay is very selective in who he does a record with. Nick, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about it? What do you think of that? Oh, you know what I'm saying? For a year. Nick, what do you think about Jay-Z not charging for features and selective in who he does a record with? Just what are your thoughts?
He's earned that right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. As a legend.
He has earned that right.
I admit that. I admit that.
The last song that he was featured on, well, that is out, was Neck and Wrist, right?
Yeah, that was Pusha T's record, am I right? Was that Pusha T's record? Okay, yeah. Pusha T, Pharrell. Yeah, you know, Jay-Z doesn't really hop on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? But I think he said he tried to retire from music a few times and he just couldn't do it because it's in him, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? I
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because we hear, you know, these conversations every now and again about how like hip hop is the only genre of music where where people try to like say, okay, you too old for this.
Right. Yeah. I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? What is our next story? You know what I mean? What's our next picture? Let's get that up. Stats, you gonna like that, Mo? You know what I mean? Mo, oh my God! You know what? He right though. Nas is on fire. You know what I mean? With all his projects right now, I like man.
Magic the other day.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Nas is on fire, man. I know Sean is gonna appreciate that. Sean, you know what I'm saying? I just like, man, you know, go ahead, give a shout out, you know what I mean, for real to Mo, and you know what I mean, let's keep that moving, you know what I'm saying? What's our next picture? Let's see what's going on. Daniel Kaluuya won't be in Black Panther 2. I talked to Sean about this a couple of days ago. He kind of explained, you know, in detail kind of why that's happening, but still, it's like, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, he had a nice size role in the original Black Panther, though.
Yeah.
Like, he had a good role in that. It wasn't like he was like an extra or he had a couple lines. I'm like, he kind of had a nice role in that. I'm surprised that he's not going to reprise his role in Black Panther 2.
And he's, what's your name's man, the head of the army.
Yeah. Black Panther. Wakanda. You know what I mean? For T'Challa. You know what I mean? For yeah, exactly. He's the head of the army.
Is the Black? He was the original Black Panther. Now it's
his. Well, shoot, we don't know what Black Panther doing. They're saying they're not even gonna get to the sister yet because they still got more of T'Challa's story to tell. So I don't know what they're doing. I'm like, man.
Especially with the X-Men being in the Marvel. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
I could just scream with joy about that.
But me too. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta see what's going on with Black Panther.
The Storm storyline, Storm and T'Challa.
I'm gonna say like this: we gonna have to see what's going on with Black Panther 2. They really keeping it tight-lipped. I'm gonna have to talk to Sean. Usually, you know, when I need some inside info, you know what I mean, on Black Panther, Sean is the person I talk to. So, I mean, but that's wild though. But Jordan Peele, you know what I mean, they got that movie Nope, you know what I mean, coming out. But that's his man though. You know what I mean? That's Daniel Kaluuya, a man right there. He be looking out. So I know them checks be more than right. You know what I mean? For you to turn down Black Panther 2, I would love to know what Jordan Peele and them is paying. You know what I mean? For you to turn that down. So I just like, man, you know.
Black Mirror with him that I really like.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to see what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, shout to Daniel Kaluuya, man. You know, we would like to see him in Black Panther 2, but we're gonna see how the movie is without him, and hopefully it's good. All right, let's fire up that next picture. Let's see what's going on. NBA young boy beat the case. Beat the feds.
Yeah.
NBA young boy has been found not guilty in his federal gun case. Understand something. Beating the feds is very hard to do. They win 97 to 98% of the cases. The feds do not run out of time and money. But what I heard about the case, the feds bungled it from the start. They must have had rookie federal agents on this, right? I remember when he got arrested, and it looked bad when he got arrested because he ran from the Maybach and he jumped in the bushes, and then they let the dogs out, and the dogs sniffed him out. And then they handcuffed him and threw him in the squad car or whatever. So that looked crazy, but they were like, well, it ain't his gun, and his prints ain't on the gun. They just found a gun in the car. You know what I'm saying? But for a gun, convicted felon, you can't have a gun if you're a convicted felon, but it wasn't his. You know what I'm saying? And they were hell bent on proving that it was, but it wasn't. Floyd Mayweather showed up to the trial. If you know, NBA young boy has a baby with Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya. So obviously, it's all love there. And it was good to see him beat that charge, man, because I'm going to say like this. Now, whether you know NBA young boy, like him, dislike him, or whatever, anytime a black man beats the feds in court as a black person, you should just 100%. Be happy about that alone, because that never happens. Number one, especially if it wasn't his gun, which it wasn't, then he shouldn't be in jail for that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, kudos to young boy. For they had a picture with all his lawyers, man. It was like 10 lawyers. They all white, all high profile lawyers or whatever. Yep. So they got all these white people over here. For real. Shout to these lawyers though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For the good young boy out there jam. But that legal team had to cost, an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? So I like young boy, you got the money, man. Pay up. And now he about to go on tour, man. Them shows gonna be sold out like you would not believe. I know my nephew's gonna want to go to the shows. We'll see, for real, if this family's allowing that. I don't know. A young boy concert might be a little wild. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But I'm just like, man, but shout to him. I'm glad that he's free and able to go ahead and do his thing. All right, Nick, let's fire up the next picture. What we got going on? We just talked about a Glorilla. She signs with Young Gotti's CMG label. CMG is like one of the hottest labels in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Now, Yo Gotti is like the king of Memphis rap. You know what I'm saying? For real, shout to 3-6 Mafia, but the current king is Yo Gotti. You know what I'm saying? And he signed Glorilla. And the thing is, it was a bidding war for Glorilla, with other Maybach Music wanted her, Atlantic, few other labels wanted her. You know what I'm saying? But the price tag, that got the deal done was $500K. So shout to Glorilla, man. $500K, for real, can change, for real, your family's life a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. I'm glad that she got that sign bonus, and we're gonna hear some more bangers from her, man. So shout to Glorilla for that. What do you think? For real, just we know what song got her there, the F and F, for real, the street anthem of the summer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, to see her when you first heard that song to where she's at now, signing for $500,000, one of the hottest rap labels in the game. Just what do you think? For about that?
I'm very happy for her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I stand a young queen get into a bag.
Absolutely. As you should. Now I know we got our last story of the Mark 5. Let's see. Sci-fi's where it's at. Yeah, hey man, listen. I'm saying I understand that, but I'm just like, but Marvel, I'm like, Lord, you turn it down. Marvel, that's hard. It's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? You turn it down Marvel. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Sam Jackson finds a way to do all his movies and still do the Marvel movies. So I'm like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be no scheduling conflict. You gotta work that out. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Kaluuya, talk to Samuel L. Jackson. Because Samuel L. Jackson will find a way to do 5 movies every year and still go ahead and get his money. You know what I mean? So I'll let the OG Sam, you know what I mean, for Sam and straighten it out for him. Let's go to our last story on the Mark 5. What we got in it? Here
this
we
is
go.
So cute.
This has to be one of the coolest things. You know what I'm saying? So Hasbro, right? You know what I mean? Who owns all the Marvel action figures, Power Rangers, you know what I'm saying? You can make yourself into a Marvel superhero or Power Ranger. It says here at the bottom, you can make, put that picture up one more time. You can make a Red Ranger, a Pink Ranger. Hopefully the other colors will materialize by launch. Yes. So, you know what I'm saying? This has to be a cool thing because as a kid, you know what I'm saying? You know, when girls play with dolls, boys might have played with action figures or both. Huh?
I only know this stuff because of my kids.
I know
Power Ranger.
Yeah, I know nothing about Power Rangers. I know that they were out. You know what I'm saying? I know nothing about. But I mean, the cool thing is though, I'm just like, man, you know, for the kids, you know what I mean, who came before, and you know, they had, you know what I mean, the action figures and all of that. To be able to make yourself an action figure, you know what I'm saying? That's a cool thing for a little kid to be able to do. And I'm gonna say like this for the adults, right? For the adults, that's the cool thing is their collection, their collectible items. So I'm like every character that you want it to be, you know what I'm saying? You can get yourself in the mix, and then all of a sudden it's a collector item with your face on it. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually be Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? You take off the mask, like, oh look, you know what I'm saying? Like it's me, right? I see Sean actually buying the Black Panther one with him on it because Sean actually thinks he's Black Panther sometimes. So, you know what I mean? Like, I could see him doing that, you know. I'm just like, I think it's a cool thing. Nick, just what are your thoughts on it?
I think it's cute. I remember back in the 90s when Power Rangers first came out. My brothers, my 2 younger brothers, like I had to watch it like every damn day. And then when my son Jakai was born, you know, then he was into it. Had to watch it every day again. And then when my second set of kids, you know, they was into it. We ended up going to see the Power Rangers movie. So I think it's cute.
Good.
Right?
You know what I mean, you Nick, you go back with Power Rangers. You like a Power Ranger OG. You know what I'm saying? Y'all me shoot. So wait a minute. I got my siblings, then the kids after that.
Yeah.
I think I know somebody that happened like that with the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? For real, they called them like that because the Ninja Turtles was, you know what I mean, for a part of their generation. You know what I mean? The siblings, then the kids, and they got the new stuff out for them now. So that's kind of wild. You know what I mean? That's kind of wild. But hey, man, shout to it. Shout to it. All right. So we got one more thing. You know what I mean? This is a special topic. It was a versus that went down last night. You know what I'm saying? And from what I heard, this versus between Looney Tunes and DJ Nelson was fire, right? Some people compared it to the versus who was that? Was that Buju Banton and I'm trying to think of the other guy, Yami, who was in there. What was the
Beanie Man?
Beanie Man. Yeah. They saying like it was lit. Like this joint was lit like that. Nick, you watched it. I need your take on this. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about the show?
I want to start off by saying that they're producers and they are both some of the biggest. I wouldn't even say some of. They are like 2 of the biggest producers in reggaeton. So you know, like DJ Nelson is he was around from like the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Looney is his protege,
Right.
and so it was really really dope to see. I was excited.
Okay.
Like I go back to like the early days.
Mm.
So all right, so let's talk about it real quick.
Okay.
Um, so the it wasn't a ticketed event. Um it was in LA. It was
Okay.
sponsored
In LA.
by the Major League Baseball. The
Yeah.
what is the thing?
What? Oh, the stadium? Did they have it in the
No, no, no,
stadium or?
no. The oh
Oh,
no, the
you mean where
oh
they
no,
had it at? Did they
no,
have it
no,
at
no.
Staples Center?
What was going on over the weekend with All-Star game, wasn't it?
Oh, shoot, I don't know what All Star game. You know what I'm saying? But was it the baseball All Star game? I'm like, man, I must have missed that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the
But
sports is kind of slow now.
but so it wasn't a ticketed event. It was in
Right,
LA. It was only scheduled for an hour.
right.
And the crowd was not good at all. Like I
Crowd
don't
wasn't good.
know, like I don't know. It should have been in New York. It could have been in
Could should have
Miami.
been.
It could have been in PR.
I thought they were
It,
going to have it in PR. That's where I thought it would have been. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to
yeah,
know
it
your
would have been
audience
so much
now.
better.
Yeah,
And
right.
I mean, only an hour. Like you weren't even like I know that they normally don't play,
Mm,
or sing an entire song, but they
right.
really was giving snippets. And like we didn't even get to hear like some of our favorite songs. Like I, along with some others, was live tweeting, and
Did they have any guest appearances or anything like that? No guest appearances. Wow.
because
You
it
know
was
what I'm
only an
saying?
hour, you
Right,
know.
right. Yeah, they
So
kind
they
of just
played.
see.
So they played, a few Dago songs. They played a
Hmm.
few Daddy Yankee, but no
Right.
Don Omar and no Evie Queen, which is
Mm,
so weird. Like they didn't
okay.
have time to do what they should. Like everybody heard of Don Omar. He is, he's a reggaeton OG. Evie
Right.
Queen, same thing. Evie Queen is she is she's a legend. You know,
Mm,
she's an OG. So it's I was highly disappointed. I hope
mm.
these two DJs, and these two producers, for everything that they have done in that genre, they deserved a lot better.
And see, here's the thing, and this is why I think some people should go away from the versus platform because I'm just like, once again, they're not giving a quality show to the people who want to watch. And I'm just like, if you're not willing to give a quality show and put, you know what I mean, for what it takes to do a quality show, then you know what? We don't need, you know what I mean, for your banner, and we can move to something else. Because these two guys could have set up in the PR and did a live feed, live stream, you know what I'm saying, and rocked all night. You know
Like
what I'm
Buju
saying? They
and
didn't need
Buju did.
verses
Not
or
Buju.
Triller or anything like that. They could have got some other promotional companies. And I understand verses and Triller have a big name, but sometimes the big name ain't gonna be best for your brand. If it's not best for your brand and best for what you want to do, then you don't have to go with them. This is exactly why, after seeing the R&B show that just happened, that debacle, right? Like even if Chris Brown and Usher were thinking about doing something, why would you go to Versus or Triller? Like why, especially with people like that, why would you even go that route? You know what I mean? Like they put on a terrible show. They don't do what they need to do. You know what I mean? For to make the show what it needs to be. Y'all can do that show on
Yeah.
your own. You know what I mean? And then just get sponsors and
Yep.
other companies to go ahead and do it. So once again, Versus drops the ball. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I have
And
to
the
say
crowd
about
was
that.
so whack. Oh
But
my
they didn't
God.
have
It
their
was
crowd.
painful
They
to
didn't have their
watch.
crowd. That was an away game. That was an away
No.
game. That wasn't a home game.
Yeah.
They didn't have their crowd. So
They
that's what
didn't.
it was. But guess what? We got to get into the main topic. You know what I'm saying? You know what we talking about. We talking about the Supreme Team documentary. We got to go ahead and fire that up. This was so for the culture. You know what I'm saying? I tell people this all the time. I like what wins about this documentary is the culture. Anybody who didn't watch it, right? And people were kind of spitting this narrative that really got on my nerves. Man, who wants to hear about a bunch of drug dealers or whatever? You know what I mean? Talking about their glory days. And I'm like, nah, dude, it was so much more to it than that. I'm like, those guys really didn't even speak on it from that level. Yo, I was the man and all of that. They
No.
spoke on it from the culture standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, when we were kind of doing our thing, you know what I mean, getting dressed, getting fly, whatever, the rappers, you know what I mean, for how rap culture started, these guys kind of emulated us, you know what I mean, and what we did. You know what I mean? That's all they were pointing out. And then, you know what I'm saying, you have, you know what I mean, it was, obviously executive produced by Nas. Nas was narrator. You know what I mean? So you have like Nas, LL Cool J, people like that, who were influential in rap today. I'm just like, they're speaking on it. These guys didn't have to tell you, yo, man, yeah, I'm saying we influenced the culture. They spoke on it. Irv Gotti spoke on it. So it was a big win for the culture. And if you didn't watch it, I would suggest you go back and watch it. Obviously, if you are a fan of Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, you know what I'm saying? This story inspired that story. You know what I'm saying? And that's an excellent show, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But it inspired that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that's going on. You know what I'm saying, Nick? You know what I mean? I just want to ask, like, what was like one of your favorite parts of this documentary? You know what I'm saying? What was one of your favorite parts?
When I saw that Nas was interviewing LL, I just thought that was really dope because I feel like we have to constantly remind people that LL was there.
Yeah.
And remind people of his longevity. And like, despite his music or whatever, LL is not from like no posh, whatever neighborhood. Yeah. So I loved when Nas surprised them with the little clip of him at the party.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, and you talking LL, and he was saying like I couldn't even get on stage with them. I wasn't really like big enough at the time.
Yeah.
To do that. And I'm like, LL was like one of the first superstars in hip hop, period. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One of the first iconic type of figures in hip hop. And he's kind of telling you from the beginning, like, I wasn't always like that guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like happy to be in the building. This is LL speaking. And I'm like, man, like, so you kind of feel that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, everybody has a start from somewhere. And L was in the building, and that party, was legendary. You talk about, Supreme Prince Miller, Supreme McGriff, Prince Miller, Fat Cat, for Nichols and these guys, these guys were major hustlers, but they knew how to put on a show. They were real, the swag was, for turning counterclockwise and everything like that. So that's really, for what it was, what everything was about or whatever.
And I think one guy even said, people come up to him and they're asking for a autograph and, they're saying, oh, but I look up to you. And he was like, I'm not nobody that you should be looking up to.
Right. And the thing is, though, and I'm like, these guys never glorified what they did. They just did it. You know what I'm saying? They never spoke like, I'm the man and all of that. They just really just painted a picture for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And some people, they will, talk like that. Yo, man, back in, whatever, I was the man, I ran this and ran that. They did not talk like that. They just said like, look, this is just what it was. And I can appreciate that because I'm like, with them, it's just like, yo, it makes them, more human. You know what I mean? And they don't kind of speak like in a third person term, like they were this legend, but, based on, how they impacted the culture, I'm saying? They were able to reach legendary status. because of
Yeah.
what they did for the culture. So I'm just like, man, I love that part of it. I'm gonna say like this. To me, I thought when Irv Gotti had got with Supreme after, and the thing is, Irv Gotti, when he first linked with Supreme, Supreme was getting out of jail. Irv Gotti, I mean, didn't even have any money. It was no Murder Inc. records, $1 million deals, or nothing. It was just two guys, who were cool with each other, who found some common ground, and they were able to link, on just smaller little projects and things like that. I thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? You know how they were able to kind of link up, and then Irv was able to grow, and Supreme never just wanted to like ride the coattails of Irv
Yeah.
Gotti when Irv, was making millions of dollars. He always wanted to do it himself. You know what I'm saying? Even when Irv would be like, yo, I can set this up for you, I can set that up for you. Like, nah, like I'm gonna do it my way, for real, whatever. And he didn't give him anything, because Supreme was a guy who wanted to earn it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody doesn't want to be given everything. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of spoke to his work ethic and what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that relationship with Irv, what I'm saying, for it was all right. It's uh and when Irv, bang with you, he bang with you. I got some other
Yeah.
off the record stories that I won't mention on here, but just know, for that I know some things. But I'm just like, man, I thought that was a cool story, just their relationship, what I'm saying, and everything that it went through and to the end. So I thought that was a cool thing. What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts
Thank
about Irv Gotti speaking on just everything, for real, from the beginning to the trial and everything and what happened? Just what are your thoughts?
I like the mayor's what he had to say on the
Mm-hmm.
documentary. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he was not judgmental at all. He
Right.
was just, matter of fact, this is what it is. This is
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that that Jamaica Queens was like that. Like the way
Yeah.
that they described it in the beginning, it seemed like it was like maybe like a modern day Harlem type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Um, six consecutive life sentences for drugs is whack as fuck.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
beat them murder charges, so I guess they was convinced that they was gonna bang them, either way.
Yeah.
But six
Mm-hmm.
consecutive life charges for drugs, that's wild. Like that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And that shit is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Um,
And like, for real, like it's been said plenty of times, drug dealers don't force drugs on you. They offer drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you take them, then that's what you do. You can always say no. Like, it's never, I don't think it's ever been, man, you're going to take these drugs. Like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? For real, being in Philly, even if you ever, for real, or, you travel throughout the city, especially anywhere near K&A, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's forcing anyone to take any drugs. They're being offered. You know what I'm saying? And then people want to get high. So I think that's a mixed misconception about that. But I was just like, the government, what I'm saying, was just like, yo, this whole thing is taking, the country by storm. We can make a lot of money off it, with these private prisons, contractors and things like that. And that's why drugs became the number one target
oh yeah.
of why they were locking people up. It had nothing really to do with the violence, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you looked at the sentences that were handed out, it was for drug dealing. It wasn't really for murders. You know what I'm saying?
And when
Not
you
to say
hear them,
murder doesn't happen in, for real, when you in that type of game, but it was more for, racking up large figures, by dealing these drugs.
and like if you like when they were speaking, like I forget who it was who was talking. I want to say it was Prince, but I'm not for certain.
Okay.
Um, like they were very upset and very disappointed when the cop was murdered.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
said this is, that's not what we into.
Yeah. Indeed. You know what I'm saying? it's no good percentage of anything when a cop gets killed. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Oh my
bad all
goodness.
around. It's bad for
Yeah.
business, bad for the city, you know what I mean? Anything. You know, like I'm trying to tell, if you ever lived in the neighborhood or been in the neighborhood where a cop got shot, I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? The best thing is to be just stay where you are and do not move. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, I gotta go outside. No, you do not. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I
because I'm just like they going to cut, yeah, because you getting roped up. You know what I mean? Just for being outside.
what was the last time brought in Alany?
Yeah, and the cop got shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember texting like all the black men who I know be up around there. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, do not come outside. Just
Yeah. I'm
stay in
telling
your home.
you know, I'm just like, man, so when something like that happens and you hear about it, I'm just like, man, I was like, man, I remember you know me a couple times, where a cop had got shot. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, my day is over. I'm gonna go home.
I know that's right.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you're not roping me up. You're not asking me any questions. I'm gonna be in the house. The only way you're gonna ask me some questions if you come in this house. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I mean?
That's
Otherwise,
facts.
that's the way it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man. So I'm like, yeah, and you're right, Sean. You know what I'm saying? When that cop got killed, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it was open season on anybody in that game. You know what I mean? Particularly in Queens. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what was happening. You know what I mean? For even if they had your name in that police station somewhere, or from anything. You know what I'm saying? If you were outside, you were getting roped up, you were getting dragged down the station one way or another. And guess what? It wasn't going to be on the friendliest of terms. It wasn't going to be like,
Yeah,
sir, can you meet us down in the station? Sir, can you come down? Nah, they're going to bang your head a few times, you know what I mean, before you get in that squad car.
for
It's going to
sure.
be blood dripping off your head. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So, um, but I would say the one thing Supreme said that he was just like, you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. When you leave the life, you gotta leave the life. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And he said
Yeah,
that was one regret that he had. You know what I'm saying? When you leave the life, you gotta leave the life. And I think he got caught up in some of his homies' problems, and that's what got him booked again. And this time they put him down for good. He's fighting the appeal and everything like that, but that's tough. Yeah, Mo, that happens, man. I'm like, man, when you hear the story about some of these guys who rise to king, right? They do. Some of them do go grow up in a decent neighborhood. They done went to school. You know what I'm saying? Had both parents. You know what I mean? Um, but I'm like, man, just sometimes the game would just hook you in, and
yeah.
it's so much. It's not so much, you want to be this gangster or whatever, but you just want some things that you don't have. You know what I'm saying? It could be as simple as I don't have new sneakers, and I want new sneakers. My mom can't afford to buy me any Jordans. My mom can't afford to buy me any fresh clothes and stuff like that. And it starts off like that, just little things. You know what I'm saying? But then as you get more seasoned, you get, you know what I mean, for real, more money, and then all of a sudden it's just, well, this school thing, what I'm gonna do? Go work this job at McDonald's or whatever. Like, I'm like, man, I make more than the guy who owns McDonald's. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And that's how it starts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, it's a shame that he got caught back into the life, because he's a real smart guy. Like,
Yeah.
that's the part, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he didn't seem like a bright guy, then it'd been like, okay, I can understand. But he really seemed like a guy who really had a good head on his shoulders. But sometimes when your friends get in the shit, then you in the shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man, I know with some of my friends, they always try to keep me away from stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially as I, got older, finished college. you know what I'm saying, and start working, good jobs and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They you know, nah, you know what I mean, for real, like, we can't you can't be around. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, and it was more when I was older. I got that speech more than I was older than when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're younger and you talking to guys who are just a little older than you, they might not know no better. But when you're all around the same age, you know what I mean? For you in your
Yeah.
20s, and it's just, nah, Mark, nah, just go and do what you doing. You know what I mean? Do what you doing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I felt bad for Preem, in that instance. And with Prince, I hope he is free. I hope he does get free because I'm like, it's a lot of other guys with his similar case that are home. You know what I'm saying? And just like Sean said, the murder of that cop changed everything. I don't think you should blame Prince for what happened in that situation. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
even him. It wasn't nobody in his crew. It wasn't any of that.
Mm-hmm.
So why just hold that? Oh yeah, well this cop got killed. We just since you was like in the same city or the same neighborhood, you're gonna take some responsibility for that. I'm like, he had nothing to do with that. So that's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah.
But Nick, I'm going to ask overall all three parts. I know you watched all three parts of the documentary. Just what were your, just impressions, you know what I mean, for about everything that you've seen in that documentary?
I the crack era was because I was watching it, but then when they got to like a certain, year and time, it was
Right.
like, okay, I now, I remember
Mhm.
the crack era was wild. Like
Yeah.
just the whole 80s, and they touched on this in the
Yep.
documentary where
Hmm.
like, like a lot of us were like dirt poor during the Reagan era.
Yeah.
There was this huge disparity between
Yep.
like the rich and the and the poor,
Yeah.
and the poor were very, very poor. But
Hmm.
you were watching shows like the lifestyles of the rich and famous with
Yeah.
Robin Leach, is
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
where
Hmm.
he's like showing you, these people who own these yachts. Everything is, all of the spigots and stuff are made out of gold, and
Hmm.
and so yeah, you're gonna want a piece of that pie.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um, and you're gonna go at it,
Hmm.
the best way that you know how.
Right.
And they were young,
Yeah.
they were young, and they found that they were good at what the hell they was doing.
Yeah.
So, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
um,
Absolutely.
they were definitely influential.
Yeah.
Um, they they said that they made Run DMC, like, not like they made them, but Run DMC saw them, and like they changed their whole swag up.
Yeah, yeah. You can see the influence all the way up until what it is today. Just, yeah, I mean, for because like you see 80s fashion, 90s fashion coming back, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I was like, listen, anybody watching, don't let your kids tell you, yo, this is the new style, because it ain't. It
No.
already came out. We already know what it is. Listen, my nephew tried to tell me that all the time. Yo, Uncle Mark, this is the new, nah. Nah, you know what I mean? I can show you. I like, listen, if you go to Gigi house, right? She'll show you pictures of me with that same thing on you talking about. You know what I'm saying? So nah. But the one thing I can appreciate is that you see a lot of that stuff coming back. You know what I mean? Shout to the BBS boys on Instagram. They got all the
Yeah,
old school
yeah.
cars on there. You know what I'm saying? And seeing that come through and all of that in the fashion, you see that. And you see a lot of people wearing gold chains, and you got the big girls with the big gold earrings again. I mean, so I like what they had. I like the influence that they had on the culture from a music standpoint, from a fashion standpoint, and in terms of what you drive and how you ride and all of that. Because you still see that. You know what I'm saying? You still see that. I'm like, man, car companies. Yeah, I mean, you can go get a car now. You buy like a brand new car or whatever. Whatever car you buying is going to be influenced by the street. Because I'm like, man, a car you can get them with rims. You don't actually have to go to a rim shop to get these rims. You can get them with the car. It's just, oh, would you like this? You know what I mean? Would you like these wheels on it? We could paint them this
Mhm.
color. We could do that. So car customization started from back then. You know what I'm saying? And now you got regular, legitimate companies like Nissan, Chevrolet, Mercedes, or whatever. You can get those type of wheels in those cars. So I'm just like, man, and you're right, Sean. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, I mean, Supreme Team and people like that all over the country, they influence, you know what I mean, for real, the rap game, you know what I'm saying, in various parts of the country. In New York, you know what I mean, for instance, they were the first, you know what I mean, to start hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Supreme Teams deserve some credit to influence the culture. You know what I'm saying? It definitely was. You know what I'm saying?
The
So
asymmetrical haircuts,
the all
earrings, and that what is the name of that damn jacket that the guys wore with the fur?
Man, Sherlin, Pelly Pell, 8-ball jackets. Oh man, the fashion was insane, and they bringing all that out. They bringing all that back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, my man, you know what I mean? For my man, I think he copped this maybe like a year or two ago, but he had the Averex jacket or whatever, the Averex flying, the firefighter. I mean the Air Force joints or whatever. Them joints was hard. You know what I'm saying? So all of that stuff is coming back. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the Supreme Team doc. You know what I mean, for the culture and what it did for the culture. And you know what I'm saying? That was what's up. So it's a good watch. If you haven't watched it, go and check that out. Now,
also, shout out to Don Diva magazine.
Yeah, absolutely.
We was always reading that shit.
Absolutely.
And we enjoyed hearing the old war stories.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And Don Diva magazine.
The type time that they was on, but even if they was, me personally, I wouldn't have mind. I wouldn't mind it because
and I think I want to say, you know what I mean, for Kevin Childs, a former, drug king, started the Don Diva magazine when he was in prison. Like, got the concept for it, starting writing pages and everything like that. And all of a sudden, you know what I mean, gets out and then he has a magazine. So, I mean, that was love, you know what I mean, right there. So, we got to move to our last story, right? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know what I mean, we're talking Drake and we're talking Beyonce. Can we show Drake's album cover? If we could put that up. You know what I'm saying? Now, anybody thought I was talking about the album. I'm not really talking about the album, but I'm going to talk about this because it was brought to my attention. I didn't get to mention it, you know what I'm saying, on air because I never really thought about it. But it's just like, yo, man, I'm not feeling Drake album. It's kind of weak or whatever. And when people say that, right, you got to look at who you're talking to when they say it, right? Because Drake's album, it's a house album, it's an EDMI album, it's a techno album. It's not rap, it's not, R&B. But you got to understand, Drake is a pop artist. He happens to rap. He might have started off as rap, but he's now a pop artist. So a pop artist can go into any genre they want. That's why they're pop artists, right? So when somebody tells me, yo, the album's whack, and I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? But if you're only looking at it from a rap, a hip hop, and R&B perspective, of course you're going to think it's rap. You think it's whack. Like you never been to an EDMI concert or a party. You never been to a rave. Like you've never been to any of this stuff. So I'm like, if you ain't been to none of that, I can't really take your opinion's a little bit biased, homie. Like I can't really take that too serious. You know what I'm saying?
Been to a rave court?
Yeah, you know what I mean? In the middle of the state. We were like outside of Pittsburgh, like real tough. It's like, man, you know what I'm saying? And we've been to like, yo, and I mean, here's the thing, right? This is what I always keep saying, right? When people be talking this city boy, city girl stuff, right? It is not, you know what I mean, just a black thing. This is a everywhere thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, yo, man, listen, even at the rave, it's still city boys all day. You know what I'm saying? Even at the rave, you know what I mean? Because guess what? You know what I'm saying? And then you're trying new stuff and they got the neon lights and all of that. But you still a man and you still trying to get at a chick. Like, you know what I mean? That ain't going to change ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you had a rave. It's like out in the woods somewhere. You trying to find a tree so you can do your business. You know what I mean? But we ain't going to get into that. That's another story for another day. But what I'm saying is that, yo, like, if you ever been to any of these things, you would kind of understand like the music a little bit. And I think some people don't really understand it. Now, some people do. You know what I mean? I thought the album was like it was mid. It was like, it's okay, right? But I'm like, man, you gotta understand. My brother and my sister they were in the house music, so obviously it's gonna filter down to me. So like all the classic house stuff, I listen to it. Deep down inside me tonight, Crystal Waters. For all of that, like we go hot, like we come on, came up with that. For real, my older brother and sister were into that. You know what I'm saying? Because they liked all genres of music. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up in a house where everything played. It wasn't just rap and R&B. It was house, techno, soul, you know what I'm saying? Alternative. Like we grew up with all of that. Look at it, you think I just got a Guns N' Roses shirt on? And don't know who Guns N' Roses is? Nah, we know them. We had rock in the house. Like that really happened. So I was just like, man, shout to my parents, shout to my brother and sister, shout to my family, for exposing me to a bunch of different things. Doesn't mean, like I just liked everything, but I'm like, some of it was dope. You know what I'm saying? So with the Drake album, I just want to say to people, I'm like, listen, if it's not for you, it's not for you. But don't tell me it's whack when you only listen to two genres of music, because your opinion don't hold much weight. You gotta understand, I partied everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All over the country. You know what I mean? I partied with my black people, my white people, my Asian people. I done party with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, so because we trying to have fun. I done party inside the country, outside the country. You know what I'm saying? Where, hey, listen, I was like, man, listen, wherever beautiful women was, I was trying to be. I ain't care. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look. You know what I'm saying? So I just say that. I say that to say that. But you know what I'm saying? Nick, Drake's album, did you listen to it at all? Just any thoughts on it? Just what do you think?
Yeah, I listened to it the same day that it came out.
Okay.
I heard that Black Coffee produced on it, so that made me want to listen to it even more. I love Black Coffee.
See?
I am a house head to the core.
There you go.
And Black Coffee is he's South African, and they have a dope ass house scene in South Africa. But
I heard that.
But their music, yeah.
Okay.
But there are some songs that. So what store was I at? I was at the T-Mobile store the other day, and they was playing a song, and from that album, and I wanted it like I had to stand like this to stop from dancing.
Right. You just trying to remain cool. Like, look, I'm just trying to pay my bill, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? I feel you on that. One thing I'll say is with Drake, right? You know what I'm saying? This is something else I need to address, right? Now, I think Drake, you know what I'm saying, and his team got a little bit of false confidence when they put this album out, knowing Beyonce's album was coming out. I think they got a little bit of false confidence, and I'm going to say why. Because, see, Drake went head-to-head. He put out a project out when the Carters, Beyonce and Jay-Z came out with a joint album, right? Drake's project was better. It beat that project, right? But it wasn't just a Beyonce project. That was a collab, right? So Drake's album beat the collab album. Then Drake went up against the Lion King album, but that wasn't a Beyonce album. That was a soundtrack. So it wasn't like Beyonce had total creative control of these projects that Drake went that he went up against, right? So now, Drake's like, yo, man, I don't care if Beyonce dropping, I'm dropping, right? But now you dropping yours against a Beyonce solo album. And when has Beyonce had a solo album that didn't, hit a home run? They all do. She got all the production and everything like that,
and
right?
Her shit is selling out early.
And I'm gonna say like this song, the song that Beyonce has right now, you know what I mean? So, she's dropping snippets of the video, but she ain't dropped the video yet. Can we show Beyonce? Yeah, I mean, for real.
I'm
Can we show
dancing
the
to it
picture of
already. I
Beyonce?
just hear it in my
There we
head.
go. You know what I'm saying? Now, what's the name of that song? I need to know the name of that song. What's the name of that song that she got out right now?
Soul.
Yeah. Let me tell you.
My soul.
This Break My Soul record, they play it 5 times or more every hour. That's number one, right? Number two, if you at party, club, or wherever you are, they're playing the record. Number three, right? You know what I'm saying? You got all of these sororities or whatever, right? And they having these boulets and all of that, AKA and deltas and all that. They having a boulet. Guess what? These songs is playing like crazy. Step lines. I'm like, yo, this song is going to end up being the, you know what I mean, the highest selling record Beyonce ever had in her life. Seriously. And that's a hard thing to say. If you look at some of the number ones that she had, this one's going to break all the records. Because I'm like, they play this song nonstop. It's feel good music. It's house music, you know what I mean? But it has a little twist of R&B in there, right? And you know what I liken it to? You know what I mean? For real. I'm going to hit you with a name. You know what I mean? You're going to love this. CeCe Peniston.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me a CeCe Peniston feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shoot. Now, if y'all know who CeCe is, and y'all going to have to do your homework. If y'all watching, y'all know who CeCe is, y'all going to have to do your homework. That's all I'm going to say about that. But it gives me that type of feel. But this is such a feel-good record. Is when Beyonce comes out on the 29th, it's really, this project's going to stop time. So if you got some records out, hey, man, you going, hey, I can't help. You know what I'm saying? World tour coming after that. And that's going to be crazy. One more thing I'm going to say about Drake, and then, Nick, I'm going to let you get to Beyonce. I think Drake dropped the wrong record first. He should have dropped the Sticky record first. You know what I'm saying? He should have blew that up on TikTok first because he has them young boys from Philly dancing, and they're going on tour with Drake. So Philly all day. Shout out to Philly. The young boys from Philly is going to be on tour with Drake. You know what I mean? Doing their dance moves and everything like that. But he should have blew that record up on TikTok first, and he might have had a chance. But I think he messed up with which records he dropped first, and now he's going to have to take a back seat, and that back seat's going to be for a little while.
The kids, is it the ones who was supposed to be doing that Shake show?
Man, I'm trying to.
And they got canceled for one reason or another.
I think it might be them. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember these kids' names, but I know Drake taking them out on tour, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nice opportunity.
And I'm like, man, that's a hell of opportunities for these young kids, man. You know what I mean? To get out the neighborhood and be on tour with, you know, one of the biggest stars in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get, you know what I mean? For what up, Rika? I wanted to get your thoughts on Beyonce, you know what I mean? For, you know, Break My Soul record, the project that's coming. Nick, I just wanted to get your thoughts on all of that.
So this is her first. Lemonade came out in 2016, and and I still play that to this day. Matter of fact, I was like on a Beyonce spree one day, and I was just like,
it was all Beyonce. All Beyonce. You was playing all Beyonce when you was on the spree.
Yeah.
Okay, all big. Gotcha.
I am hyped. The album comes out in like 11 days. I was hyped for the song to come out.
Right.
I'm ready.
Yeah. I think like I said, she hit a home run with the first single. And she hasn't even dropped the full video yet, which is insane.
The fashion is gonna be crazy.
I'm like,
the dancing is gonna be
so many people are looking forward to this video, and I'll see a snippet here, a snippet there, but she ain't even giving you the full joint yet. I'm just like, the way she's doing this, dropping a snippet or whatever, it gives me Michael Jackson vibes. You know what I'm saying? It gives me that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm like, man, listen, Rika, you know what I mean? With Big Frida on the record, it gives you that bounce feel too. This record, you know what I mean, is a home run. It's as simple as that. I'm like, man, even the people who don't like Beyonce, right? They'll never admit it. But I know when this record come on, they be moving. I'm willing to bet that they move when that record come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't like Beyonce, but they doing this. They shaking a little bit. They moving in their car. They doing something. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out now. You know what I mean? Give props where props is due.
And this is Big Frida's second song
Yeah.
with Beyonce,
Yeah.
which is
Second hit. Second hit.
Yeah.
You know, they have a nice chemistry. You know what I mean? For real, Beyonce and Big Frida. So I'm just like, man, you know, this is going to do wonders. And whenever the tour come, I'm gonna say like this: start saving your money now.
Yeah.
Start saving your money now, because when that tour come, it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be in the stadium. And last time Beyonce came to Philly, it was a damn thunderstorm. It was a real storm, lightning, crackling, and everything, right? And guess what? You know what them Beyonce fans said? We got ponchos, we got umbrellas, we good. It don't matter if lightning coming down.
It's what my mom said when she was at an OJ's concert a few years ago.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right there, you know. So, you know, and we gotta wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying? Nick, I'm gonna go right to you. Final thoughts about, you know what I mean, for what we talked about tonight. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
We really have to right some wrongs that was done to us. You know, in 80s they went, I mean, more like in the 90s, you know, but also in the 80s they really went wild with these drug laws. You know, in New York you had the Rockefeller laws. In Cali, you know, they had the three-strike laws and all that kind of dumb shit. I have a cousin actually who did 40 years, you know, off of some drugs. Like, it just is, you know, we really have to, nobody should be spending, I don't care what nobody say, no one should be spending the rest of their life in jail over some fucking drugs. So I think that that's something that we really need to come together as a community and, you know, and just really, you know, tell the government, nah, this ain't good, you know. Shout out to NBA Youngboy, because that is amazing. Good on him.
Absolutely.
Because the feds are, you know, they're known to, you just can't beat them.
Absolutely.
And then on a less serious note, like, throw on some 90s house music.
Yeah.
Dance.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Do that. One thing I'm gonna say is, right, the last time I went to a EDMI party and I didn't even know I was going, right? Me and my homies was just looking for something to do. We stopped down at the what's the bar, you know what I mean, for real, the sports bar down by the stadium. Xfinity Live.
Yeah.
We stopped in Xfinity Live and it was an EDMI party going on. It was packed. When I say we just went in there just to get a drink, it was packed, right? Packed. I'm like, man, you know, chicks handed me glow rings and stuff like that. They putting glow rings on me and everything. We was just drinking, eating, having fun that night. That was a crazy night, and it was unexpected, but it was a lot of fun though. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've been to a few of them joints before, but one of my homies never been to nothing like that ever. And he was just like, yo, man, you see how lit that was? Like, I'm telling you, I was like, listen, this is why you got to party with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, man, I'm like, yo, and they had all type of people in there. You had black people in there, white people, Asian, you know what I mean, for real, you know, Hispanic. You had everybody in their party, right? We just drinking, having a good time. You know what I mean? And they had the laser light show over there and everything like that. And the thing is, with the EDMI, you know what I mean, for a show, they'll mix in all the genres of music, house, techno, rap, but they'll put their beat behind the rap stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear that Drake, you know what I mean, for is putting out a house album and stuff like that, I can understand part of where the inspiration comes because they would spin his records with a house beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the original song sound like, but they would spin his record with a house beat. And I'm just like, oh wow, this is crazy. Because I remember when God's Plan first dropped, and this is when I heard, they played the record and they played it with a house beat. And I'm like, yo, this is nuts. I'm like, yo, this joint sound all right. So I was like, man, I'm a don't knock it till you try it type of person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just like, man, check it out first before you say, yo, something's whack. Just experience what it is. It's just like, when people like, listen, like they grew up wherever they grew up and all they eat is burgers and cheesesteaks and, 4 wings fried hard, salt, pepper, ketchup. That's what they eat. I was like, man, you better try some of this red snap over here. You better try some of this, you know what I mean? Whatever it is over here.
Oxtails. I just find that to be strange.
I'm just try it. You never know, you know what I mean, for what you might like or what you might enjoy until you experience it. And the thing is, even if you don't experience it, at least you tried it. You know what I mean? You can make your own opinion about it instead of just going on, well, I ain't never heard it or I ain't never tried it, so it's whack because I ain't never heard it. Nah, that's not no opinion. That ain't no good one anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? For like you said, shout to NBA YoungBoy. Shout to them young men, you know what I mean? Them young athletes getting paid, you know what I'm saying, man? Get paid, take care of your families. That's what that's about right there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Even if the team is jerking you around, you know what I mean, whatever, I like, listen, you are there, you know what I mean? So you got life-changing money coming to you. So take care of your family, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what's up right there. And you know what I mean, for a Supreme team, they influence the culture. You know what I'm saying? And you can see the influences every day within rap, within style, within hip hop, within, you know what I'm saying, just every day, fashion and all that. So that's love right there. So that's what I have to say on my wrap up. You know what I mean? Let me shout out these sponsors, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Blackjack TV, Zingo, you know what I mean, for a channel 198, 199, 1. Mile High Radio in the building, our folks out in Colorado listening to us. Let me shout out to Strim. You know what I'm saying? Our new partners. You know what I mean? For a shout to Strim. You know what I'm saying? They always in contact with Sean. Sean always gets back and shares all the information with us. You know what I mean? So big shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? We look, you know what I mean, forward to a great partnership with y'all down the road. You know what I mean? Shout to everybody, you know what I mean, who tuned in. You know what I mean? Shout to my big brother Mo. Shout to Rika, you know what I mean? For real, Sean, he stopped in here. We talking Queens, so Sean gonna stop in here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Man, shout to my lovely co-host Nick J, you know what I'm saying? For always rocking. And you know what I'm saying? And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I just like, man, Nick gonna be back with you next week. You know what I mean? For Stacks is on deck with her. You know what I'm saying? That's next Monday. Tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they're talking about tomorrow because P Valley was like on a break.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was on a break or whatever. You know what I mean? So I know people was mad. I know people was firing up the Stars app and the Fire Stick at 12 or 1 midnight. And wait, where's my P Valley? Hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah. So Stars does that from time to time. Yeah, Stars does that from time to time, so you got to get used to it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But P Valley will be back, you know what I mean, for this coming early Sunday morning, you know what I'm saying? So you can check that out. Wednesday, we coming back to you know what I'm saying? Where everybody's comes through and, you know what I mean, we don't know what topics they got on deck, but Becca always cooking up something. So, we're going to see what's going on with that. And shoot, man, just thanks, you know what I mean, for stopping through and rocking with us. And, you know what I'm saying? We going to catch y'all, you know what I mean, for real tomorrow. Merv and Tayson show. You know what I mean? We going to see what they getting into tomorrow, all right? All right, y'all. You know what I mean? Have a good night. Peace.
Yep. See ya.